Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I've had this one for a bit. I didn't want to rush and make a video, but I also don't really need 20 minutes to cover it, so here's a quick take that took a while to get to. But before we get into that, don't forget to check this great discount for it. You can find the link in both the video description and the top comment below. Alright, enough talk, let's get right into it.
Let's start with our first reviewer's experience.
This reviewer found that this monitor offers amazing image quality and some advanced features that are likely a glimpse into the future, but they come at a significant premium. Our reviewer was immediately impressed by the display's performance. Thanks to its OLED technology, where each pixel lights up on its own, the contrast is practically infinite, delivering perfect blacks and incredibly vibrant colors. The response time is so fast that it leaves traditional LCDs in the dust, making games and movies, especially in HDR, look absolutely incredible on the enormous screen. The high refresh rate and adaptive sync technology also ensure that gaming is exceptionally smooth, provided you have the hardware to support it. Interestingly, what some might consider a negative, our reviewer saw as a plus. While the pixel density isn't as high as a typical 4K screen, this resulted in text being larger and much more readable without any noticeable loss in sharpness. For this client, it was a welcome feature. However, there are some quirks to live with. The display has a protective feature that gradually dims the screen on static content like a web page to protect the panel. While refreshing the page brings the brightness back, this client found the dimming process a bit annoying and the sudden return to full brightness slightly jarring. The monitor's main talking point is its ability to physically bend from a flat to a curved screen. Our reviewer found this genuinely useful, preferring a curve for immersive gaming and a flat profile for productivity tasks. While a cool and practical innovation, they noted that this flexibility is the primary reason for its hefty price tag. Ultimately, this client feels it's an excellent monitor for someone who wants to be on the cutting edge and doesn't mind paying for novel features or taking a little extra care to maintain the display's longevity.
Now, let's hear directly from our first reviewer about their experience.
This reviewer was initially quite conflicted about their purchase, struggling to decide between a top rating and a much lower one. The performance of this monitor is fantastic, and in that regard our reviewer is thoroughly enjoying it. However, the experience was nearly spoiled by a complete lack of instructions. For a device with such a unique, bendable screen, this was a major oversight and likely the cause of many negative reviews from other customers. Through careful trial and error, this client discovered the proper way to handle the device. They learned that bending the screen must be done using the dedicated side handles, and never by applying pressure to the screen itself or its backing. It's crucial to bend it just until a subtle click is heard, which signals the maximum safe curvature. For tilting the display up or down, a separate handle on the bottom of the unit should be used. A reviewer also noted a strange quirk where pixels at the very edges can sometimes appear to go black. This is an alarming sight, but thankfully not permanent. The issue resolves itself by either gently unbending and rebending the screen, or by simply turning the device off and on again. While the product itself proved to be great, the post-purchase experience was soured when a substantial price drop occurred just days after the order was placed. Combined with expensive international shipping and taxes, this felt like a significant loss. However, the situation took a positive turn after they contacted customer support. The company, understanding the frustration, issued a generous partial refund. This gesture completely changed the reviewer's perspective, turning a frustrating situation into a very positive one, and securing a high recommendation for the monitor, provided future buyers heed these essential handling tips.
Great! Now let's see what our next reviewer has to say about their experience.
This reviewer, like many, prefers to do their homework before dropping serious cash on tech. He was initially wary of this gaming monitor, partially due to initial impressions of the company's earlier attempts, and because there wasn't a ton of coverage from the usual tech channels. He had to dig deep, scouring forums and obscure corners of the internet to find real user experiences. First impressions were that this thing is big. While some argue that 27 inches is the sweet spot for a 1440p display, our reviewer insists that the sharpness is outstanding on the 32-inch screen. He's never noticed individual pixels and loves the immersive size. He thinks the size could potentially be a problem for hardcore FPS players who are really aiming for that competitive edge, but he did not face any problem himself. The refresh rate is nice and high, and the G-Sync compatibility is a major plus. He hasn't experienced any screen tearing even when trying to force it. The only minor annoyance is choosing the right response time setting. The fastest setting introduces noticeable ghosting, but the fast and normal options seem to strike a good balance, with minimal ghosting during gameplay and testing. However, the real standout feature is the color accuracy. Even though this isn't an OLED panel, the colors are vibrant and stunning, some of the best he's ever seen on a monitor. He often finds himself simply admiring how good games look, with incredible detail and color rendition. This makes it particularly appealing for content creators. Ultimately, if you're looking for a solid 1440p gaming monitor, this client would recommend checking this one out. He was also happy to find crazy color accuracy without the crazy price. The company should be proud of this release, and hopefully he can get his hands on their OLED monitor someday.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this, hit like, subscribe, and let me know what you think in the comments. Catch you in the next one.